My dear children of primary 4, our today's lesson is about the Bantu as an ethnic group. But before I go further, let us first go through the previous lesson. In the previous lesson, we looked at the major ethnic groups in Uganda. And under the major ethnic groups in Uganda, we looked at the Bantu ethnic group. We also looked at the River Lake Nilotes. We went ahead and looked at the plain Nilotes and the Hamites. So we looked at the 4 major ethnic groups in Uganda. We talked of the Bantu, the River Lake Nilotes, the plain Nilotes, and also the Hamites. But now our concern for today is about the Bantu as an ethnic group. But before I introduce the Bantu, we can also look at this sketch map of Uganda. So that if you look at this sketch map of Uganda showing the ethnic groups, if you look at the western direction, in the western direction we had the Bantu ethnic group. And if you look at the north, or the northern part of Uganda, we had the River Lake Nilotes, or the plain. We had the River Lake Nilotes, or the Nilotics. That was now in the northern direction. Then the northeastern direction, we looked at the plain Nilotes, or the Nilo Hamites. Then the southwestern part of Uganda, we had the Hamites. And I said that the Hamites formed the smallest population in Uganda. So we can go back to the Bantu ethnic group. If you look at the Bantu ethnic group, Bantu ethnic group is the largest ethnic group in Uganda. So if they ask you the largest ethnic group in Uganda, it's Bantu ethnic group. So basing on this map of Uganda, if you look at the Bantu, they entered Uganda through western direction. That's why they were called the Western Bantu. So they can ask that why were the Western Bantu called so? The Western Bantu were called so because they entered Uganda through western direction. Then if you look at the Bantu carried out crop growing. So the major occupation of the Bantu was crop cultivation, or you can say crop growing. Then the Bantu originated from the Cameroon highlands. So if you look at the origin of the Bantu, they came from the Cameroon highlands in Western Africa. But before entering Uganda, they passed through the Democratic Republic of Congo, then later they entered Uganda through the western direction. So if you look at the Bantu, they form the largest population in Uganda. And we have very many examples of Bantu tribes in Uganda. Like now if you look at the central region of Uganda, we have Baganda. So if you look at the central region of Uganda, we have Baganda as an example of the Bantu tribe. We also have the Barol, etc. Now we can also look at the examples of Bantu tribes in Uganda. So if you look at the examples of Bantu tribes in Uganda, we have the Baganda, we have Bagisu, we have Basamia, we have Bagwere, we have Banyankole, we have Batoro, etc. So there are very many examples of the Bantu tribes in Uganda. Now you are going to identify the area where you are staying. Then you identify 2 examples of the Bantu tribes in that area. Maybe those ones who are settling or those ones who are living in the northern part of Uganda, we don't have the Bantu tribes. But those ones who are in central Uganda, western Uganda, and eastern Uganda, you can identify some of the Bantu tribes. So if you look at this lesson, so the concern was about the Bantu as an ethnic group. I said that Bantu is the largest ethnic group in Uganda. The Bantu carried out crop growing as their major occupation. The Bantu originated from the Cameroon highlands. Then when they entered Uganda, they occupied some places that had been occupied by the Bushmen. So if you look at the Bantu, when they entered Uganda, their coming led to the displacement of the Bushmen. Then if you look at the reasons for the migration of the Bantu, what made the Bantu to leave their original homeland? One, you can talk of internal and external conflicts. Then you can also talk of the overpopulation in their original homeland. So the population was too high as compared to the resources. And you can also talk of the outbreak of epidemic diseases. And also had love for adventure. And their major reason was looking for fertile soil, since they were crop cultivators. So they wanted areas that had fertile soil. So my dear children of primary 4, before I end my lesson, there are some questions that I have set for you. Endeavor to go through. And also you can try to make a cut out. You sketch this map of Uganda and you also indicate the ethnic groups in Uganda. Then after you send, I'll try to go through and later I'll give you the feedback.